Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing my evaluation of a training horse that was sent to us because he had a problem with being really cinchy. Now the first thing that we like to do when you get a horse like this in for training is to run through a checklist of sorts to kind of figure out if this issue is based on a current lack of confidence, or if it's a deep-seated trauma type issue that comes out on a hair trigger, or if it's pain related. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is to go back to the foundation like I would on any horse that comes in for training. I'm not going to saddle this horse up and see where the problem's at, because often these problems start, way before the saddle's actually put on the horse. So like I said, I'm going to go back to the foundation. I'm going to work on some of those ground exercises to gain some control in the feet, establish a little bit of rapport with that horse, build his confidence, and build his trust in me as a trainer. Now, once I feel like all those bases are covered, what I'm going to do is to go to the saddling process. But unlike on the average colt like that I would have started from the ground up, what I'm going to do is use the flank rope to kind of test this horse's response to pressure and see how he's handling it and the anxiety level that he has dealing with it. And the reason I love the flank rope so much is because it allows me so much more control over that pressure and release, and allows me to build the horse's confidence so much faster. So once you put a saddle on a horse, obviously, and you tighten that cinch up, it is what it is. You're not going to be able to release it until you take the saddle off. And if you start a horse correctly from the ground up, often you don't have issues with that. The horse is pretty confident and comfortable with it, and he might show a little bit of tenseness or might do a little bit of crow hopping. That's not out of the question for horses, even if it is done completely correctly. You'll have these people out here who say, oh, if the horse ever bucks under saddle, you did something wrong. That's 100% not correct. Obviously, we like to set them up to where they don't have a response, but horses can either have a playful response, or think about this: if you've literally never had that kind of experience in your life and someone strapped that on you and the stirrups were kind of bumping around a little bit, you might be like, this is a little uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't mean you're traumatized or scared or anything else like that. It's just weird and uncomfortable. So I'm getting a little off track there, but I need to get back to what I was saying, is that the flank rope really allows me that flexibility. So if a horse is really dealing with a lot of tenseness around the pressure, I can just apply barely any pressure, and as soon as he gets tight, then I have the capability to release or apply more pressure or less pressure, however I need to. And as soon as that horse loosens up and starts moving through it, then I can release that pressure and really reward him and build that confidence so much faster than if I just throw that saddle on and ask him to go to town with it. All right. So after all this is done and I see the horse moving around really freely with the flank rope at all gaits, and he's comfortable with it no matter where that flank rope is on his belly, whether it's up near where the girth would be, where the cinch would be, or the back cinch, those are the two places that I really want to test that horse out, because I always start all my horses with a back cinch on. So I'm going to feel that out. And another thing about it is, if you're going to go ahead and step on that horse, you want to be sure that he's okay with something slapping around where your legs would be and stuff. So it just rules out a lot of that stuff. It's a super handy tool that I like to use on a lot of my horses, but especially these ones that have had issues with being cinchy. Okay, so once all that's taken care of, we're going to go ahead and saddle this horse up and test his response to the saddle and see how he's doing. Now, this horse has been in training a while, and I'm not really liking the progress that I'm seeing with him. He's not retaining a lot of the information that I'm putting into him, and some days he seems like he's getting a little bit better, and then he'll digress and it seems like he's gotten worse again. And what I'm noticing, and the reason I don't think this is a fear or trauma response, is that we've covered all those bases. After, based on years and years of experience and the hundreds of horses I've worked with, at this point he should have been where he's confident and I'm ready to step on him, and he's still not there. But I still don't see a lot of fear or that kind of deep-seated trauma where they just flip out and start bucking, where something triggers them and they take off. What I'm seeing a lot of is that this horse kind of thinks through it, and it looks like he gets uncomfortable and he'll go to bucking, okay? So what that tells me is that I believe this is possibly an ulcer issue or a gut issue. So I've got to call the owners up and give them my evaluation of this horse. Now, what I'm going to recommend they do is to kick this horse out for a month, put him on a really good gut supplement, and we'll bring him back in afterward and see where he's at. So like I said, we're kind of got to this point because we need to either step on him or figure out a new game plan. I'm not just going to go ahead and cowboy up and get on this horse while he's still bucking. If I have a horse that's still bucking under saddle, he is not ready to get on, because one, he's either showing me he has a lack of confidence. There's something that was missed along the way that he's still not getting. So based just on that alone, I don't want to get on him. But secondly, if this is pain related, then getting on him and forcing him through it is also not going to help the issue at all either. So we need to listen to this horse, kind of take what he's giving us and figure out a game plan in response to that and go from there. All right, guys, so that is my evaluation of this horse up to this point. We're going to bring him back in a month or so and do another updated video, kind of give you guys an update on his progress and where he's at that point. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'd love to answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.